Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. On the premiere of WWE Raw on Netflix, Rhea Ripley will face off against longtime foe Liv Morgan in an attempt to end their feud. A last-minute comeback to the performance might be booked by the business, surprising everyone. When Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan face off for the Women's World Championship at the January 6, 2025 WWE Raw debut on Netflix, it will be after a long and winding road that includes several injuries, in-ring confrontations, and even the startling betrayal of Dominic Mysterio. Nonetheless, a substitution at the last minute that nobody saw coming might happen if past events are any indication. Mommy might be eliminated from the Women's World Championship bout if Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez repeat their recent NXT incident and attack her backstage. Then, at the last minute, the promotion could schedule Becky Lynch's comeback to the show to replace the former member of Judgment Day. Advertisements promoting Lynch's Red Brand debut on Netflix came months after her previous appearance on the small screen. Who knows what she'll do next? But it would make sense for her to take Rhea's place at King and Queen of the Ring 2024, when she was defeated by Dominic Mysterio's intervention and therefore lost the crown. There are a number of possibilities for WWE's debut on the ODT behemoth, including Becky Lynch taking over for her old opponent. The possibility exists that Becky Lynch may step in and assist Rhea Ripley in leveling the odds against Morgan and Rodriguez, which might result in her reclaiming the Women's World Championship, which fans would get to see. If the corporation intends to terminate the contest cleanly, Mommy might also win without any intervention. Alexa Bliss's possible villain comeback, and the beginning of a rivalry between Liv Morgan and Ripley, culminating in a match at WrestleMania 41, are two more potential interferences that might help Liv Morgan win. Countless potential outcomes. To put it mildly, nothing builds excitement quite like the return of a decorated champion in the electric world of WWE, which lives on drama, rivalries, and shocks. Envision this. Just before her much-anticipated battle versus Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, a pillar of the women's division, is unanticipatedly incapacitated. A 9-time champion's return to the ring to replace her would send shockwaves through the WWE Universe and maybe alter RAW's trajectory irrevocably, given the enormous stakes. However, how would WWE imaginatively incorporate this into their stories for a Netflix special? And who might possibly fill such a monumental role? Let's explore what's possible. The narrative starts on a special edition of WWE Raw that was only available on Netflix, a service that WWE is supposedly looking into for other ways to disseminate programming. Rhea Ripley's ineptitude is revealed to the crowd by WWE power broker Adam Pearce during a backstage segment. The rationale behind it? A cut from an altercation with an anonymous attacker earlier in the day. The audience is taken aback. With her victory on Judgment Day, Ripley solidified her position as one of the most fearsome opponents in WWE history. She has been unbeatable since. Her opponent, the confident and apparently angry Liv Morgan, steps into the ring, declaring, "You can't run from me, Rhea." Liv rallies the audience. "I came here to fight, so if you aren't going to stand up, then someone else should." The lights go down as the anxiety rises. Anxieties is in the air among the spectators. Out of nowhere, the stadium speakers blast a well-known entrance tune, a melody that hasn't been heard in years. The crowd goes wild as 9-time women's champion Charlotte Flair makes her grand entrance. With her characteristic grin, Charlotte observes the audience while clad in her famous peacock-inspired gown. Carrying a microphone, she confidently approaches the ring and speaks to Liv Morgan. "Liv," Charlotte starts, her tone betraying her superiority complex. "You've been complaining about being ignored. The chance of a lifetime, however, is staring you in the face this evening. My return was not an act of nostalgia, but rather a demonstration of my rightful place as queen. So, how about we test each other out?" There is a tense dynamic in the audience as they express their admiration for Charlotte's legendary status, while also booing her haughtiness. With courage and determination, Liv takes a leap and takes on the task. The night's main event is a bout that highlights the distinctive styles of both Charlotte Flair and Liv Morgan. Using her speed and agility, the feisty underdog Liv throws Charlotte for a loop. Charlotte, meanwhile, wins every match because of her technical skill and vicious tenacity. By the middle of the match, Liv has taken control and is almost able to pin Charlotte as she counters her figure-8 submission with a roll-up. As Liv stands strong, the audience chants her name in unison. Never one to miss an opportunity, Charlotte uses her ringmaster skills to land a crushing natural selection. The lights in the arena flicker as she runs for safety. A figure Rhea Ripley appears on the entry ramp, and the lights begin to flicker, indicating a disturbance. With her Judgment Day comrades at her side, Ripley, who is still recovering from her wounded, is clearly enraged. After pushing Charlotte out of the ring, Rhea turns her focus on Liv Morgan. "Are you really suggesting that you could step in for me?" Rhea lets forth a low, noisy sound. "I will not abide by it." As mayhem ensues, Liv takes advantage of the commotion by catching Charlotte off guard and winning by a surprise 3 count. As soon as Liv is announced the victor, the audience goes wild. The joy, however, does not last. Liv is rendered immobile in the arena as Ripley unleashes a vicious riptide on her. Even if Judgment Day is still looming, Charlotte has a long way to go. An intense showdown develops as the Queen, incensed by the meddling, confronts Rhea. With Liv healing in the background and Charlotte and Ripley locked in an intense stare down, the episode ends on a cliffhanger, leaving the WWE Universe to wonder what happens next. Various plot points might be established by this scenario. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, a return to their feud from years past as the two ladies battle for supremacy in WWE. The ascent of Liv Morgan, an upset win over Charlotte solidifies Liv's status as a formidable challenger, and a triple threat match for the Women's Championship is not out of the question. There may be internal strife on Judgment Day as a result of Rhea's fixation on recovering her prominence. Spin-off for Netflix. The collaboration with Netflix has the potential to blossom into a miniseries that follows the preparations for these intense matches from behind the scenes. Charlotte Flair's reappearance adds drama and believability to the plot right away. Unpredictability. The crowd are glued to their seats because of the last-minute substitution and the interference that follows.